Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. As you can see, I am in a very different spot than I'm normally in. Unfortunately, that means that it's a lot darker over here, but that's not a bad thing. I am battling a migraine, so bear with me. But, buddies, welcome in. Hello to my royal court. Hello to my best buds. And of course, hello to the lurkers. As you guys enter, please do me two quick favors. One, hit like so that the algorithm knows that you were here and I get a little bit of love. And number two, let me know who's with us today because I'd certainly love to say hello to you individually. Of course, I want to say hello to Angela, who was one of the first people in the room. And Mama Winch, if she's still here, hi, darling. And hello, Manuela. Welcome in. I know it's kind of late for you, but I am so glad that you're here. Good afternoon, Sugar Diamond. How are you today? And welcome in. Like I said before, some of you may have entered. I am sitting in my living room. It's a little darker in here because I am trying to get over this migraine, but I'm dealing with it. We're here nonetheless. Uh, so, what are you guys whipping on? What are you sipping on? One of the things I want to do while we're together this afternoon is kind of go over some of the sales that are happening on the internet streets and give you a little bit of a peek into the windows of those stores. I also appreciate the fact that each of you are speaking to one another and saying hello. Thank you for doing that. I'm going to try to keep my background noise to a minimum because, of course, not only am I home, but my young adult is home as well. Hello, Kitty Lane. How are you? Oh, you're making a. Ooh, is it the bag you showed the other day? Because it looked really interesting. I'd love to see more about that. And Manuela, I'm sorry, I don't. They have that dumb tag there. It makes it difficult for us to see some of the chat. So bear with me if I don't always click the comments. But Manuela is working on a hexacardi. Ooh, what color? What color? I'd love to know. And Kitty said that she is making a pocketbook. I knew what you meant. Don't worry about the typo. So that sounds like fun. And wait a minute, 1 second. She followed it up with us. I changed it up a bit. I'm also sipping on my coffee. Well, I've done my coffee today and I'm grateful that I did. I got my protein in and I have switched over. So we have our water for the day. We're sipping on that and that's been a whole thing. So I'm sorry. All kinds of colors. You can, okay, I can't wait to see. I'll have to pop over to your channel and check that out. So I am so glad you guys are here. I love the intimate crowd, but I didn't want the day to go by without me at least touching base with you guys and letting you all know this is an extended weekend for me. I am grateful that I'm not working today because this gives me the opportunity to come live with you guys, which is something that I don't normally get to do during the weekday. I do try to premiere my videos, but that's usually during nap time. So I still have to be quiet and I can chat in the chat, but it's not the same as coming live and direct with you guys. So thank you all for taking some time out of your busy days and your family time to spend it with me. Of course, hello and thank you for being here to Team Replay. And those are going to be the people who can't watch right now, but will catch it a little bit later. So thank you guys for being here with all of that. I, of course, am about halfway done with a dishcloth. I forget what they called it in the book, but honestly, it's the Suzette stitch. So we'll talk more about that on Wednesday. But I'm loving this colorway. You can't really see it very well. Let me see how I do that. It is kind of a tealy greenish blue. It's really pretty. So that's coming along. I am working on, I'm sure some of you guys have seen that one top where it's made out of all the squares and then they pull it up off the floor and the next thing you know It's a full top. I love that square. But I'll be honest with you, the steal and deal in me will not allow me to pay $10 for a pattern that I'm not absolutely sure is going to work out because I don't know the designer. So I don't feel safe or comfortable buying a digital download like that without knowing the person who wrote the pattern. It could be AI. So rather than make the mistake, I'm not making that investment. But I have found some workarounds, and right now I'm actually playing around with the willow square pattern to see if that might be something I want to work with. And okay, I'm gonna be stepping out in a few with the grants. Okay, well, leave me running in the background, and you know there's always replay. Catch that if you're not able to stick with this. But I'm so glad you're here just the same, and I love you. So what I wanted to talk today a little bit about, and again, I don't know how long we'll be able to stay together because my head is getting the best of me. The sales for the day. Hobby Shoppy has some really fun sales going on. And when I went over to their site, I focused on cotton because I'm in my cotton bag right now. Hello, Dr. Lisa. Welcome in. You guys, Dr. Lisa is a mentor for me on the TikTok side of life, and I am supporting her as she makes her growth journey on these YouTube streets. So if you guys are interested in learning more about branding, more about how to be on TikTok, especially if you're planning to do it in an income generating fashion, then by all means connect with Dr. Lisa. I'm actually going to put her comment up on the board so that you guys can see it. And she says, I'm finally able to make it here with you. Well, absolutely. Hello, Dinky Jen. Welcome in, my gorgeous girl. How are you? And as to you, Dr. Lisa, this is StreamYard. This, though it's dark, because like I said, I am fighting a migraine right now, so I don't want the extra light. But this affords me to see the comments in the time that they pop up. I can highlight them and I can pull them down off the stage and grab another person's comment. Like this is Manuela. And she said, sending you healing vibes. You are so sweet, darling. Thank you. And this is Sugar Diamond. So, everybody, I'm so glad you guys are getting connected. Like I said, she is phenomenal on the TikTok streets. In fact, she teaches people how to go live with ease. She also teaches you all about branding and things like that. So, she's been quite an asset to me for learning and helping me as I pivot in my growth journey here on my channel. So I'm sorry I missed her comment because there's a button right there I can't see. I like this format too. I'm comfortable with this. This is easy for me. It's a little bit slower paced and it's a whole lot less stressful. Of course, we know that occasionally trolls do happen, but for the most part, in this landscape model, we don't have as many trolls. So there's that. Now on to Hobby Shoppy and the cotton yarn that I was telling you guys about. They have yarn art twisted macrame. Now I don't know a lot about that yarn, but I've heard some positive things about it. It is 650, and I'm gonna click it so that I get a better understanding of what all the specs are for that yarn. And keep in mind that I am watching and talking with you guys on my iPad while using my very mature laptop. So it takes its own time about doing things. And by the way, that twisted macrame is a super bulky. So that's a little thicker weight. If that's something you're looking for, that can be very beneficial to you. The content creation on that is 78% cotton, 18% polyester, and 4% metallic polyester. So there you go. It is 250 grams or 8.81 ounces. So that's a pretty decent amount. They're saying that the hook size you would need on that is an L11 or an 8 millimeter. And yeah, like I said, it's a super bulky weight, but for the price, I don't think that's really a bad price. And this is, like I said, a little bit slower because I'm on my laptop. But they also have something that really looks interesting to me, which is the yarn art linen soft. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it is pretty looking. Let me scroll down and get you some specs on that. It's a light worsted or a DK weighted yarn. So that's a very nice piece, especially if you're making summer wearables. You guys know I'm leaning into my wearables right now. So this is a good thing as well. It is 30% linen, 36% viscose, and 34% cotton. So I don't know why it doesn't lead with cotton. I'm assuming they are prioritizing the more linen appeal. Good luck with that. I still believe in cotton. And it is 100 grams or a 1.52 ounce product. They're telling us that it is going to be a size G/6 US hook or a 4 millimeter for those of you that think internationally. And again, this is a lightweight yarn, but it is something that would be very comfortable in the summer weather. So that to me looks pretty interesting and exciting. And I'm going to scroll up and scroll back. How is everybody else doing today? Like I said, I'm not feeling great, but I certainly hope that you all are feeling better than I am. And they also have something called Symphony Dream. And if any of these are yarns that you've tried before, let me know in the chat that these are things you have tried. Hello, Cecilia. How are you? I couldn't let our day go by without me saying hi to you. We won't have music, we won't have crochet, but we have each other. So I'll take that. Now, the Yarn Art Symphony Dream. This one looks kind of interesting. Honestly, it kind of looks like our ombre from Lion Brand. I forget what that is. Mandala, the Mandala ombre. It's got a different hue to it. It's very pretty. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome in. And it's snowing in Colorado? Are you serious? Who invited the snow up there? Nobody called for this. We don't want it. Send it away. Now, as to the Symphony Dream, of course, it is a yarn art brand and it is a 1.52 ounce product, which is also 100 grams. It is recommending a size G6 or a 4 millimeter hook. So this is going to be a lightweight yarn as well. Oh, 1 second. What am I looking at? Okay. I've just spent $1.82 on 101.82 order of yarn and needles via Macintosh and his gin. Oh goodness, Dinky Jen, you had a good time. Oh, and you had a $100 gift card. So what'd you buy us? You know we want to know all the things you got. So please update us and let us know. Cecilia says snow today, but it's 70s by next Wednesday. That's insane. Please be safe. You know full well that's how we get sick. So be careful. It is, I forget, probably in the 80s right now in St. Louis. And I'm telling you, that is not helping this migraine, but I am literally smelling rain. We won't even talk about my knee and its attitude towards the weather. Did I walk into some enabling? Maybe. It's Friday, and you know Freedom Friday is all about a deal and a steal with me. So, yes, it's very possible. And hopefully, you guys are able to hear me pretty well. I have kind of rigged up a microphone that is hanging. You can't see it, but I can, and it keeps changing colors. It's crazy. But it's not the mic that I normally use in the area where I film. And hi, Sharon. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you so, so much. How are you today? And I am going to skip out of Hobby Shoppy and go to the place that some of you love. Some of you are not a fan, but Premier. Premier, as you guys know, has my heart because they have a lot of the yarns that I dearly love. And I hear that that's true for many of you as well. What I don't necessarily like is when it comes to Premier, the fact that they do not have the same shipping model to Alaska that they have to the contiguous US states is disturbing to me, because Alaska is one of our states. But at $100 threshold, you will ship free to Canada. Let's make that make sense, please, because it doesn't. Now, on to, oh, really. My dog just let me know he's in the room. He's not pleased with me either. He'll be all right. Same pants he got mad in will be the same ones he gets glad in. And if he messes with me and jumps in the trash can today, he's going in air jail. Now, on to Premier. Premier Minikins, which is the chenille yarn. This is a super bulky yarn. It's on sale for $2.99. The Premier Cotton Sprouts in speckles is a light 100% cotton yarn, and it's on sale for $4.99. Let me scroll up in the event they have tags, because sometimes, like in the case of the Minikins, it is 3 for $5, which is a steal and a deal. And the Cotton Sprout Speckles is 3 for $8. And excellent. I'm glad everyone hears me well. Thank you. Hello, Amelia. Welcome in, and thank you for being here, darling. Sharon said, I'm doing great. Was 90 degrees in Wichita yesterday. Yeah, so we got your heat. I'm not complaining. It could be worse. And Dinky Jen said it's I'm sorry, I'm totally confused. It's 11 Celsius tonight, about 51 degrees um, in Fahrenheit at 7:20 in the evening. I do forget. Other side of the pond, you guys are in a totally different time situation, but I'm so glad you're here. Now, on to the Premier Bunny. Some of you guys like this for Amis. Oh, your daughter went instead. How awesome! How awesome! I've looked at this. It looks very fuzzy. My opinion is my own. Ignore it. But it is 50% off for the record, and it is only $4.50. Now, what does have my attention is the Premier Cotton Fair Bulky. I kind of find that as an oxymoron for something as a wearable for me, but for those of you that are interested, it's 25% off and it's $3.74. So again, like I said, this is a bulky weight. It's 52% cotton and 48% acrylic. So it's lovable. And of course, they have the bulky prints on sale for $8 each. And that's in a bag of 3. So that's a really good deal if that's something you're looking for. As our JTYA let us know, the puzzle cotton is on sale for $5.39, and I haven't tried it. Has anybody considered and bought it yet? And have you worked with it? What are your thoughts? Is it splitty? I like some of the colorways I see, but I haven't pulled the trigger. I'm trying to keep my money in my pocket and failing, but I'm trying. Now, for those of you who are puzzle fans, and you guys know I am one of those people, the puzzle shimmer is on sale for 50% off. That's a really good deal, not just for now, but for later if you're going to be making holiday blankets or holiday wearables. Those of us who make ponchos, especially for our little people, that's a really good yarn, not just because it's pretty, but because it's functional and it's nice and thick. This is of course, a bulky weighted yarn, 98% acrylic, 2% glitter. And it's on sale for $4 a skein. So that's a really, really good deal. Of course, they have the Sweet Roll Frosty on sale at 50% off for $3. The Premier Sweet Roll Bold, which some of you love. I must admit, it looks not like anything that has to be in my collection. But to each his own again. That is, of course, a super bulky, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a size 7. And that's going to be $4.50 a skein. So let's hop over to Hirschner's. Because hello, Jessica. Good evening, my darling. How are you? Welcome in. You guys, Jessica has been jumping into our Joanne store. In fact, let me highlight her name. I know you're probably on lunch break and may not be able to stay with us very long, but I am glad you're here because I wanted to spotlight to everybody to do me a favor, pop over and check out our channel. She's been popping into our local Joanne and shopping on our behalf and shipping out if that's something you guys might be interested in. Love, love, love to you as well. And Dinky Jen is saying hello to everyone that she missed. So, guys, again, thank you all for being here. I have been talking for 21 minutes and it seems like I've been talking forever. My voice is grating my own nerves today. But you guys are here, so it makes it worth it. And what did she say? I'm sorry, I just tapped that mic. I apologize. You have me for the evening. Woohoo! We need to talk. I'm gonna talk to you when we finish our live. Um, as I said, Hirschner's has a cotton deal going on right now that is pretty awesome. In fact, the yarn I just showed you guys, this tealish green yarn is Karen All Day Cotton, and I love this stuff. It's a mercerized cotton, and it kind of reminds me of the Lion brand 24/7, but I don't know, the colorways are a little more vibrant and exciting for me. So that's something that I like. I don't know if it's something you might like. But what I love about Hirschner's is not only do they do individual skeins, but they oftentimes will do a bulk buy opportunity. And of course, if you're shopping at Hirschner's, you're going to want to make sure that you have their discount coupon card. So if you don't already have that, yes, it is a little bit of an investment, but it's worth it, especially if you're always buying yarn. So wait a minute. I'm just excited. I get you on this Friday. Oh, you are too much. You better stop it. You're gonna have my ego blowing up as bad as my head is swelling. So, just so you guys know, the Karen All Day Cotton at Hirschner's is on sale for $4.99, which is a $1 per skein savings. I'm gonna try to scroll down and see if I can find out if they have a bulk deal. Like I said, you're gonna want to look at these websites, and I'm not telling you each and everything that's on sale. I'm just wetting your palate so that we can chat before I scoot out of here. But they have the Karen All Day Cotton Yarn Pack, and that's on sale for $14.97. It normally retails for $17.97, so that's a little bit of a savings. And of course, they're going to give you a lot of recommendations for patterns using that yarn, and I have to say, they are crushing it. Hey, VJ, thank you. And Dr. Lisa, if you are still in the room, what you're seeing is the link so that moderators can drop the channels of other content creators, which is my rule. You can drop whatever channel they allow you to or whatever link they allow you to. But that's one of the perks and benefits of having moderators in your chat. So just so you know. But as I was saying, as far as this yarn, I am not seeing the bulk connection, but they have it, and I know they do because I saw it last week, and I'm pretty sure that deal has not gone away just yet. Of course, for those of you who are into the gradient yarns and like a gradual gradient instead of the stark changes that we sometimes see, I'm sorry, 1 second. How much do I own for such royalty? I have no idea exactly what you meant by that. And then VJ is saying hello. Please, Jessica, I got to talk to you because I told you I got a migraine. My brain is not working. And of course, our Kitty Lane is reminding us to not forget the thummy. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. And as I was saying, Kirshner's has the premier anti-peeling everyday worsted gradient, which I think is so pretty. I've worked with it. It's a little slipperier than I anticipated that it would be, but I love it just the same. One of the things about it that I love most is the fact that each one of those cakes is 7 ounces. You guys know I will work with those smaller skeins, but it's not my choice. Hey, Kiera, welcome in, darling. Welcome in. Oh, she's looming today. I love it. I love that. As I was saying, that is a 7 ounce or a 200 gram 360-yard cake. And like I said, it's a slow gradient process. So the center is typically that creamy or white color, and then it bows out to the natural color that they're calling it. This thing is phenomenal. Has a good slip to it, but it's not the Karen Simply Soft slippery, and it's not splitty. It is spun well. So that just gives you guys a brief idea of what's on sale right now. Like I said, I am vexed because my head is kicking my rear end. So I'm going to cut this super, super short. I just wanted to pop in, give you guys some love, let you know that I'm thinking about you, and whet your palate so you can go check out some of those websites and look at some of the deals and steals that are going on. Before I let you guys know, we'll let you go, I want to let you know that tomorrow for the Royal Court, we are going to have a live at 9 a.m. And that's going to be our 30-minute chat where we just hang out and discuss things that are very royal and very exclusive. So don't go running all the business to the streets, ladies and gentlemen. This is just for us. And then, of course, at 10 o'clock Central, we will have our general audience live where we will kiki, we will sip, we will whip. But for now, I'm going to dip. It's been a pleasure. I love you. Guys, be sure you eat, drink your water. Make sure if you take meds that you take your medicine. Most of all, have some fun today. And I'll see you in the YouTube streets. I'm going to go take some medicine for my head. I love you all. Till then, bye bye.